This is a short one though. It's the Deray
Okay.
on the far right. This is
Do you
the
dream
AJ
in
Plus
tweets?
video that I've been meaning to get to.
Oh, this is him, and that the way he sits kills me. He sits like he's been castrated.
Yeah, look.
He does. He sits like he's been castrated, dude.
Well, he has.
He has. It's disturbing.
He's at AJ Plus.
He sits like someone has actually taken physically his testicles away.
This woman did. Just before they started recording.
Do you dream in tweets?
Is that the question?
Yeah.
I love it.
Hilarious.
Couldn't be gayer.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Yes, we get it. We get it,
You
D-Ray.
dream in tweets?
Again, I will pay. Will pay.
So basically,
I will pay to get Deray Mckesson to the what is it, the Uhuru movement, and see if him or was it Black Hitler, either one of them, go up to these Black Power groups that think that they're the cancer, and I'd love to see that play out. That the gayness is a white thing. So yeah, have fun with that one.
We same gender loving.
Yeah, that's why he had to do that. You know that, right? He had to invent something that wasn't gay
yeah.
because there's a whole movement within the Black Power community that essentially wants to eliminate gay people. It's lovely.
Well, yeah, there's the black community is notoriously homophobic.
Yeah, virulently homophobic.
What is the Black Lives Matter movement if you had to make an elevator pitch to an ignorant society?
Yeah, the movement began in Ferguson in August 2014. It's focused on ending police violence, state violence.
Wait, did it? I thought it started in Florida. I'm gonna have to look into that. I could have swore the original Black Lives Matter. I could have swore the Black Lives Matter movement started in California and Florida. I'm gonna have to look into that.
And undoing the impact of the legacy of racism in this country.
I guess that's where they became extremely popular. They're the Ferguson thing, I suppose, is a more accurate point.
But I could have swore it literally started with Trayvon Martin.
It was designed to. Yeah, but I guess they go back to that sometimes, but I don't know if it was around.
And what's beautiful about
I like his wording here because it's like, our movement is here to combat, police violence, state violence, shit. Am I coming through?
Yeah.
Sure.
It dropped for a second, but we're clean now.
Okay. I feel like we've been having a lot of problems.
Yeah, mostly it's the voice coming through, but what are you gonna do? We may need to find a service besides Skype.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's led by people from all across the country, young people who've risen up and are working to end
started by middle-aged women.
Structural and institutional racism.
I saw you on Colbert, and you were talking to him about white privilege. How would you define it?
When I think about white privilege, it is an understanding that white is normative, white is the standard, and that confers with this so many benefits that when you think, what does it mean to have a Band-Aid that's skin color? It's not my skin, it is someone else.
That says a lot more about you, doesn't it?
Yes, it says a lot about your inferiority complex.
White people are normal. Like, really, process that statement. What are you saying? No, that sounds like something I'd see on Stormfront. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, this is his internalized issues that I love to constantly point out.
That's terrible.
Yeah, D-Ray's laughable. I can't believe he's famous.
So when we talk about white privilege, we talk about these things that are unearned by individuals, but benefits that are conferred by society.
Do you think reverse race?
Okay.
Note he didn't actually explain anything.
What have I earned from being white exactly?
You ain't being killed by the police in the streets, dog.
Oh yeah, my life and safety. Thank you. I needed to earn those.
Yeah, that's 100% because you white. It's not because you ain't out there committing crime. Nah.
Maybe I should try. Maybe that's going to be a scientific test for
the
Nightmare Fuel podcast.
Do not.
To go out.
I have already run this experiment in my entire life. There was no white privilege. Do not. Do not. They will throw you in prison just as fast as a black man. Trust me.
Get caught and be like, hey guys, now can I cash in my white privilege now?
Yeah, can I get that white privilege check, please?
Get out of jail free white privilege card.
Seriously.
Racism is a thing?
You're okay. You're a white guy. Good. What are we doing, guys? Let him go. Take the cuffs off.
Wait. You're arresting a white criminal? No, this is ridiculous. Let him go.
Put him on the horse.
Says no cop in any trailer park ever.
You know, racism is about power, and racism is about the exercise of power to disadvantage people because of race. And when we think about reverse racism, it is...
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
It's just an absurd
all
notion.
about, it's all about power. Institutions, stuff like that.
Well, it's these guys
have
conflate the concept that there's institutional power with the concept that there can't be instances of individual power, which are the actual problem.
Yes, racism is situational. It is not, it's not this Jim Crow standard anymore. But they like to act like it is.
It hasn't been for years.
Suggested that people of color, people without power, are disadvantaging white people, people with power.
People without power. Obama has no power. Remember this. The entire cabinet of Baltimore has no power. Remember that.
It's more of that internalized racism.
It's not my fault that you're a whipping boy.
People of color, pretty powerless. That's what I think when I think people who are not white.
Yeah, well, we can see you feel powerless, Deray.
Powerless.
We can see that. You feel powerless. That's very clear. You look powerless.
Even though he talked to Stephen Colbert, completely powerless.
Completely powerless.
And that cannot happen. Racism itself at its core is about the use of power to oppress or to damage or a negative exercise of power. And people without power cannot be racist.
Some of the tactics that...
The sincerity with which he says some of this shit is amazing. The look on that face, just like, it just can't happen. It's not real. Is not. Can't be. Like a religious person. Look, it's a religion to these people.
I can't be racist, dog. Come on.
Activists have taken up in the Black Lives Matter movement, like shutting down the Bay Bridge, for example, recently here in the Bay Area, have been criticized by a lot of people, have been seen as inconvenient by a lot of people. What's your response to that?
I think often that their convenience will return, that they will be able to drive across that bridge another day, that they will be able to go home quickly another day. And I think about Tamir.
Yeah, because no one has ever experienced something negative from being held up, right? There's not a chance that there was an ambulance caught in there, or some cops that you stopped from actually stopping crime, or someone got fired because they were held up and late for work, or someone got fined because they couldn't go pick their child up from daycare on time. Most daycare centers have a closing time. And you get fined substantial amounts of money, hundreds of dollars for being late. But, they can afford that because, you got Fifi's hurt.
Because of white privilege. Hagbard, enough with your white-splaining. I'm gonna lay this down. As an honorary trans person of color, I'm gonna correct you.
An honorary trans midget of color.
Maybe all those people should have acknowledged the movement.
Yeah.
Trans midget of color. Excuse me, I prefer person of size, Hagbard.
So you're a fat midget.
Maybe those people should have acknowledged. Oh, I see. More white-splaining from Hagbard Celine. Just talking over a marginalized, oppressed person of color. I'm not even a man. I'm a person. I'm gender neutral here as well. No, maybe those people should have acknowledged Black Lives Matter, Hagbard. Maybe they should have just given in.
Yeah.
Then they wouldn't have had to protest.
Exactly, because we know that's what happened when Bernie gave in. They just left. They were like, "See, he's acknowledged it. We're good," and then they just left.
Oh, this is madness.
Rice, who will never go home again. I think about Mike Brown, who will never go home again.
Bad examples.
I think about Ayanna Jones.
You mean criminals? Criminals who attack the police.
Well, I think Tamir Rice was the kid with the gun.
Oh, yeah.
But that has happened since time immemorial, and guess what? I, as a white child, was told by my parents not to take toy guns outside, because the cops will fucking shoot you. Don't do it. Don't be a dodo. Don't carry an airsoft gun around. Well, fucking just don't do it. It's not that hard.
That's the really sad thing about Black Lives Matter, because sometimes they will point out legitimate police brutality issues, but then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys' side. But then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys' side. But then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys' side. But then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys' side. But then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys' side. But then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys' side. But then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys' side. But then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys' side. But then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys' side. But then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys' side. But then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys' side. But then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys' side. But then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys' side. But then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys' side. But then they always make it about race. It's like, I'm on your guys But then you bring that up, it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not on your side. Sorry.
Yeah, but they don't need you to be an ally. They
so
need you to be a
close.
slave. They need you to be a human cuckold. They need you to be a cock sleeve for them to use as a weapon. They can't afford for you to just be like, okay, I understand that police brutality is bad. No, but it's about black police brutality. It's like, I've watched a gentleman be escorted in a less than scrupulous way down a hallway, and he was white. So explain to me how white privilege helped that convict. Because it didn't.
I am an honorary trans cock sleeve for Black Lives Matter.
There you go.
Pearly, and Trayvon, and so many other people who will never go home again. So that is what I think of.
It's an election season. When you look at the candidates right now, what are you thinking?
Yeah, so I'm not supporting anybody. When I think about Bernie Sanders, I think
Well, that's because you're an anarchist. We all know that.
his
I mean, he
platform is broad, ranging, covers a host of issues. The question that remains with him is how does he plan to implement them, and what does he
Bernie
prioritize?
Sanders, he doesn't specifically, he hasn't made Black Lives Matter the like gemstone of his movement. What he's covering is just too broad. He's actually trying to cover real issues. So fuck
Yeah,
him,
issues that affect
basically.
more than approximately 13% of the U.S. population.
Oh, he's concerned about the economy. Who gives a fuck about the
Yeah,
economy?
we don't need
Black Lives
economic
Matter.
recovery. We need economic recovery for the black community.
Oh, but that's not racist. That's progressive. That's enlightened. I
Fucking big
forgot.
bag of idiots over here.
When we think about Hillary, she has gone deep on a few issues and has not covered a whole range of issues. She needs to have a more expansive platform if she is going to adequately address issues of criminal justice.
And what about Trump?
Neither have addressed issues of the racial wealth gap, and they need to. So that is how I think of them. I think O'Malley
Yeah, Hillary, you need to do this.
We're not going to get any Republican candidate review, are we?
needs to help us understand how his zero-tolerance policing strategy as Mayor of Baltimore reconciles with his now seemingly progressive platform at the presidential level.
It's because he watched The Wire, and then he thought back and he was like, oh,
That didn't work.
Jeez, you should have just let him sell crack.
I fucking hate AJ+.
Obviously, what we should have done in Baltimore was just let them sell crack. I actually support that. I'm not even being facetious. Just let them sell crack. Fuck it.
I believe in legalizing drugs.
I don't even care.
Wait.
I just don't.
What you need to do is you need to make murder legal. Then the black crime stats just disappear.
Then they plummet.
And rape can be legal as well.
And there we go.